Hello, everybody. Uh, Welcome to a reaction video. It's called There's this lovely lass that by the channel name Christine Grace Smith. Shout out to you, dear. And we're reacting to I discovered men deserve to be lonely. Okay, I'm 35 and I've seen Shoe on Head's video and it's positively ridiculous. It really is. So let's watch it.
Hey, it's Kristin Grace. Welcome back to my channel. Today is another reaction video. Like the video on your way in, let's get straight into it. So I'm going to be reacting to a sequel from a prior reaction that I did of Shoe on Head's Men Deserve to Be Lonely video. And apparently she got some backlash over it. So yeah, we're going to see her response to that backlash and see what all the backlash is about.
If you guys are unaware, my last video was the one I've been working on for a while called the Male Loneliness Epidemic. If you haven't watched that video, please go
This is gonna be triggering as fuck for me.
watch it first before you watch this one, so this all makes a lot more sense, and then come back to this one. Link in the description. Now, although there was a lot of support for this video, there was also a lot of hate. A lot of hate. In fact, the most hate that I've probably ever received on a video ever, and if you're familiar with the content I make on this channel, that should be shocking. From angry femcells calling me ugly to angry incels saying I'm a grifter who only wants to make money or something. Ridiculous. Men are lacking purpose, and a man will crawl through broken glass for a purpose.
And there's a lot of truth to what she's saying there and in the whole video, which is worth watching. That video has 1.5 million views in just the last week.
Thanks, Matt Walsh. You're my greatest ally. My male loneliness video was the fastest growing video on my channel to date, and there is a reason for that. It resonated with a lot of people. I got hundreds and hundreds of comments every single day by men venting in my comments section, feeling like for once they were being heard and that they were in a place where they could talk. It was simultaneously the most heartwarming and heartbreaking thing I've ever seen. And this discussion blew up so much that it eventually reached TikTok.
So apparently there's a male loneliness epidemic right now.
Aww. Is this the consequences of your own actions?
Men get recognized for the useless things that they are in society. And what do men do?
Oh my.
He says, laying in bed? Yeah, men are the useless ones.
I would like to add my very own comment because I'm a man, and the idea of women on TikTok as bullshit of a platform that it is. For women on there to basically state that men like myself are the reason why the world the way it is today. We should have all but the rights to be alone. And this last here said, yes, men, in a sarcastic way, Christine said, yes, men are the useless ones. She said that in a very sarcastic way, basically stating that she strongly disagrees with what the woman laying in bed positively said. That's like saying I'm worthless. Mind you all, I have been single since high school. I have never been with a woman, and I don't know if I ever will. But when it comes to men like myself, we're not really asking for much. Let's continue.
My God, I'm lonely.
Is there a male loneliness epidemic right now, or are more and more women just progressively realizing that there's a lot better things to do in life than be stuck with a toxic, insecure man?
I don't think we're in the middle of a male loneliness epidemic. We're in the middle of a mass female awakening.
And women like that you just saw are literally, but these are basically women that are just hating on men, because let me pretty much say this. There are women out there like that woman. Like, for example, listen to what this woman says.
Yeah, you look so awakened.
You're just reaping the consequences of your terrible upbringing, your own actions.
Basically, women like this are just fed up with men, because not all men are bad, because I'm a man, again. But then again, I'm also not the reason why these women are so pissed off at men. There are women in this world that are so pissed off and fed up with men because they've married the wrong kind of man in their life. And now now women that you are seeing right now, they are thinking in their minds that all men are trash. Well, that's basically saying men like me are trash. And that's positively unfair. That's unfair. Because that's basically saying I'm not worth the shit. Well, I am. And women like this that you are seeing are completely wrong.
Some men are lonely because y'all are fucking creeps.
They all deserve to be lonely. Every single one of them. This is their fault. Fuck them.
Men's loneliness.
It's just, I hate the fact how, I just hate it. I really do. Women like that really just don't. These are women that clearly dated the wrong kind of man, and now they're letting feminism and sexism cloud their minds. They think all men are bad and you're just like them. When people like me haven't done fucking shit.
Epidemic that's going on. That sounds like it really sucked. Just wondering if they've considered smiling more.
Here it is.
Wow, that's a really funny joke. I've never heard that before.
Have the men just tried smiling a little bit more?
You know, I'd recommend smiling more.
Have they tried smiling more?
Hence the woman that tried to have either failed spray tan skin treatment or tried to toast her skin on the beach and completely failed.
Have you thought about smiling more?
Those are I'm not gonna lie. This girl has some. I'm trying hard to hold it in. Has the most thickest and biggest shades on her eyes. You don't need shades that big. What the? Oh my gosh.
Or maybe they should smile more.
Smile more? Okay. In the words of me father, it doesn't hurt to it doesn't hurt to smile, but in my words, no, I'm not going to bring my father into this. In my words, and I quote, it doesn't hurt to smile, but not everybody smiles. I hate smiling. I can look happy without having to smile for a bloody fucking picture. I hated smiling ever since I was growing up. I don't smile unless I take my own picture. I smile without showing my fucking teeth.
Maybe they should try to smile more.
Have they tried smiling more?
That's awful. Have they tried smiling?
Is this why people think women aren't funny? Bleak. Now, TikTok isn't the only place where this insanity happened. The thumbnail of my video went viral on Twitter, which led to some of the most funniest and unhinged reactions. So we are going to go through some of these and talk about them, as well as some of the angry comments I got from the manosphere. Let's jump into it. Male loneliness is not real and not valid. Men are lonely because they are terrible people.
Okay, Frank, who the fuck's... Okay. IMAO. What does that even mean? Terrible people? Yes, humanity is known to be the most dangerous species to ever walk this planet, but that doesn't mean you have the audacity or right to speak for people like me, Frank.
Why the f should anyone have empathy for men? Men were born bad. Men are subhuman, and their loneliness can't be cured because they can't relate to actual human beings. Most men are born useless, and are meant to die alone.
Okay, that is very offensive to me because that's like saying I'm trash, but yet no woman has ever given me the chance to explain how I am or the way that I am. Oh my good gracious.
Lovely.
Nah, male suicide rate needs to be higher.
And this one. Oh, it's a killer.
Actually.
Can you? Oh my gosh.
Actually, these men are 100% the most misogynistic demons on the planet and deserve every bit of loneliness they feel. LOL.
LOL.
You don't understand the pleasure it gives me to see these men crying and depressed. Imagine losing in the world that is literally built for you. This is an insane...
The idea that the world was built for men is absolutely ridiculous. The world was built by men, but it's very clearly built for women. Women are the ones that reap the rewards of the world that has been built.
I couldn't agree more.
Question to ask, considering how society continues to fail women and girls at every turn. Crazy how men's well-being is considered a communal responsibility, but women's well-being isn't even considered. Oh, how delightful!
I'm not gonna lie. Was that person's profile picture of guts? But okay, look at that. Have a look at this. You see this shit? You see this shit? I don't know who the fuck this is, but this motherfucker gotta be a furry. Look at this shit. Those are cat ears, homie. Cat ears make up them. Oh my good gracious, I can't.
A tweet from Earth 2. I'm so tired of the idea that we must have infinite empathy for men's loneliness while women are sexualized from fucking birth. We are
sexualized from birth. Where is Sarah getting that idea.
Assaulted, harassed, raped, and killed for something we didn't choose to be. But boo-hoo, the poor men and their inability to make—
Okay, this is obviously somebody who dated a bad person in the past, and yet this is what I'm seeing. These are women that have dated probably abusive men and treated them badly, and now they're taking all that out on people like me. They're not targeting specifically me, but that's literally their whole thing.
friends. You know, we can talk about multiple things at the same time, right? Also, it's deranged to say that society doesn't care about women's sexual assault. We have domestic violence shelters that we can go to. Men don't. Men being assaulted by women, men being raped is all played off as a joke.
Facts.
When a little boy is molested by an older woman, it's seen as cool and hot. Society is fucked up all around. It's not a competition. It is not a zero-sum game. My video can exist alongside your advocacy for women's rights. As long as you're not saying dumb fucking shit, I will stay out of your way. I don't give a fuck about male loneliness. Like, bro, if you—
What is that profile picture? Who the hell is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be an even like a femboy version or trans version of Honey Boo Boo? Honey Boo Boo's mother? Mama June? Oh my god. I am done.
If you can't meet a girl, just dial up the queer homie and hook up like a normal person. God.
So that's where it comes from. It comes from people who can't get with the opposite sex. So the only way they can get some is by getting with the same sex. Got it.
If men are lonely on an epidemic scale, why don't they just cuddle and make out with each other?
What? This is the real epidemic going on. Fat, ugly people who can't get anyone, so they think, I'll just get with another fat, ugly person who can't.
That is disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm not even fat, but I'm out of shape. There's a complete fucking difference there.
Get anyone.
Why don't they just
Yes, I am actually trying to have a UK accent because I basically have ancestors that I have an ancestry that even though I'm Mexican descent, I basically have a more complex way of having ancestors. We're all, if you think about it, genealogically, we're all fucking connected.
friend and date each other? Problem solved. I love this advice. Just be gay.
Honestly.
Simply become gay. Are you a lonely man? Are you a fucking loser? Consider—
Okay, I'm attracted to femboys. I'm attracted to trans. And lesbian women are hot. But does that make me gay? Fuck no, mate. It does not.
You're sucking dick. Tell me why I, as a queer woman, should take time out of my day to care about men and their issues. Quickly. I'm not disabled. Why should I care about disabled people? Why talk about unions or workers' rights when I'm self-employed? If I only cared about causes that only affected me, I wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. I mean, yes, you don't have to care. You don't have to care about everything. But it doesn't affect me, so why should I care is just a terrible reason not to care. There's no such thing as misandry, just women who have had bad experiences with men and have woken up.
Exactly. Right there. Just women who have had bad experiences with men and have woken up. Woken up to be women that have had bad experiences being married to the wrong type of guys and then just decided, you know what? If us women that were once married and dated men, I believe we all should start up a resistance and spread word saying that we don't need fucking men because they're all fucking pigs. That's what their fucking mindset is. Thinking all men like myself are bad. Hence is the reason why no woman, no young lady ever approaches me. Even when I'm with my father, no young lady ever approaches me, ever talks to me, nothing. This is the fucking shit. This is the fucking shit. Literally.
Imagine if it was the other way around. There's no such thing as misogyny. It's just dudes who've had bad experiences.
There's no such thing as racism. Just white people who have had bad experiences with black people. That's you. That's what you sound like. Can't stand this sort of pathetic pity party.
And another thing, it's really easy for people like June, women like June, who are practically white, to... This is the thing. This is the thing. When it comes to white Americans, even though they're not white, but that's literally what they go by, most of the United States is populated by white Americans. But there's a lot of other communities that populate the United States these days. But what I'm trying to get at is there's more white people dating and marrying white people than there are people of my fucking community doing the same thing. I'm sorry for saying this, but I feel like I hate the Mexican community these days. I really do. I just can't. I don't want anything to do with them, so I no longer identify as American. I identify as just Germanic. I was born in the US, but I have Germanic ancestry in me. I don't give a damn about Mexican culture anymore. I'm done.
We live in a time of abject plenty compared to any other time in history. Yeah, stop being depressed. You have a bunch of cheap plastic shit from China. Line goes up, world more gooder. Male loneliness epidemic, and it's just them not being able to get laid. Like, we really don't give a fuck. I love how this is always the go-to when it comes to this conversation. Oh no, the men aren't getting laid. But if you, like, actually talk to some of these guys, like, even if—
Please, June, do not fucking do that again. Do not do that unless you're trying to be cute about it, and she's not.
if you talk to some of these incels, the ones who like don't hate women, they're gonna tell you that it's not really about sex. It's about companionship. It's about friendship. It's about having a girlfriend, a wife.
Exactly. Exactly. Ever since the day I was born, ever since I was 10 years old, that's all I ever fucking wanted. And I constantly keep getting denied that.
A family. And a lot of these people were like, well, you know, that's why we should just legalize sex work. And honestly, I don't think that's a solution. Maybe it's like a temporary one, but it's kind of like putting a band-aid on a broken leg. I don't think paying for meaningless sex with a stranger is going to solve the problem. In fact, it might make it worse over time. Instead of male loneliness epidemic, call it a cis male unfuckability crisis. It's just like what I said in the video. They have to add cis now because they don't want to insult trans men. Men suck! I hate them! Oh, not you! You're not a man. Yikes! Bruh, when they stop killing women, I'll stop generalizing them. Maybe I'll start worrying about their loneliness when they stop unaliving and raping children and women.
Okay, first of all, that is completely absurd. I'm a man, and I don't do that to women nor children. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, lonely guys, stop raping children, and maybe you won't be so lonely. What's all this hubbub about male loneliness? Y'all are acting like you're oppressed when I've opened myself up to friendships and relationships with you just to get told I have sucking eyes. That is hyper specific.
I have never said that to any girl. Never. I don't care how pissed off I am. Or wait, have I said that? I don't remember.
Not everyone is your ex-boyfriend.
That it yeah, that's only what a Chad and a douchebag would literally say to a woman, because they don't respect women either. Oh my goodness.
All of men's problems are created by themselves. How is it women's responsibility to fix them? Seriously, why is it always women's job to fix everything? Any chance to blame other women she seems to always take. LMAO, you are the problem. It's you carrying water for the patriarchy and blaming women for men feeling lonely and radicalized. I find it repulsive anytime I see a woman like her for men feeling.
What the fuck does it say? You're the problem. It's you carrying water for the patriarchy and blaming women for men feeling lonely and radicalized. When 1 out of every 6 women or woman will be the victim of sexual assault at least once. Actually, no, that happens quite a lot. Wendy, Mrs. Torrance, if you're not. What the. What? Huh?
Feeling lonely and radicalized. I find it repulsive anytime I see a woman like her do shit like this. It makes me actively turn violently against things that even I would originally think are nuanced topics. And also, yes, men are lonely. No, it's not up to women to fix that. Fuck off, Nazi bitch.
Wow.
Things I blamed in the video. Technology, social media, dating apps, and the commodification.
Okay, dating apps are literally trash. I tried them, they fucking suck.
Of love, the media, low wages, the housing crisis, social alienation, lack of community, the left not speaking to men, the feeling of having no purpose. Things I didn't blame. Women! Now this might—
I will. All of that is true, but I will also blame women. Women have a part to play. Just as men have a part to play in women not trusting men.
come as a shock.
So basically all those are the issue. But here's the thing. If we didn't have technology, then why do we fucking need it? When it comes to social media, okay, if we don't need social media, then then we don't need news. Okay, there are a lot of things I disagree with, but the one thing is that both parties are at fault because women and men both need each other. I mean, who gives a shit if people are gay, trans, whatever? I mean, love is love. Who gives a shit, honestly?
To you, but not everything has to do with women. Sometimes we can talk about other things. Sometimes those other things are not women. My video was about society as a whole, and yes, that includes women. I never said it was women's responsibility. I think I mentioned women like once, and it was to say that women are also lonely, but that the media and society treats women's loneliness much differently than it treats men's loneliness. And yet, thousands of tweets and comments about how I was apparently blaming women, and how it's not women's fault. It's to the point where I'm like, is this projection? Do you think it is your fault? But again, my video was not about you. My video was about men. And if you want to listen to a video about women and women's problems, like I said in the original video, tune into literally anything else. Go to any college campus, turn on any TV show, watch a CIA ad. She's so embarrassing, made an entire career out of being a pick-me. You didn't watch the video. And I'm not going to. Well, I didn't watch the video because I'd rather shoot myself than sit through a shoe video. Can someone take one for the team and watch this vid to get an answer? I'm sorry, but it was a 20-minute long video. I have ADHD, and I know some of y'all do too, but I know you motherfuckers are watching 5-hour YouTube documentaries about shit like iCarly. I know you can take time out of your busy—
Honestly, iCarly fucking sucks. iCarly, they're the guy that's like been on the iCarly show is like 50 bloody years old. 50 something years old. And the way he acts on the show is like a fucking child. Like, I remember an ad coming up on saying, I need to win back iCarly, or what, Miranda Cosgrove, basically stating that I need to win back the internet. No, bitch. You're trying to win back your fame and your money. Face it, you're like 30 something years old. You're still young, but you're 30 something years old, and people like myself don't give a fuck about you no more. Honestly, I feel like you're the dumbest bitch I ever had a past crush on a long time ago. And I actually did. I actually did. Her career is so fucking bullshit now. Oh my god. Even Victoria Justice is so shit these days. She doesn't play in anything.
Busy schedule from being the most
And she doesn't sing in anything anymore. I don't know what the fuck happened to her, and I don't give a damn.
miserable people on earth and watch a 20-minute long video. Here, does this help? Are you paying attention now? She doesn't need to say it's women's fault for us to know exactly what she means. This is like bordering on schizophrenia. Yeah, she didn't say it, but we all know she did. This is why I advocate for mental health care to be free. We need to get these some therapy. Male loneliness.
No, I don't advocate for mental health care to be free because they will just use it as an echo chamber.
This male loneliness that.
Okay, first of all, I have mental health, and if this woman right here is gonna say that my problems are bullshit, then women like this in the UK don't know fucking shit.
Do you know how
Come at me, Christine.
isolating it feels to almost never be able to?
Or if I misunderstood what she said, then someone email me. And if you're gonna send some hateful shit to me, don't email me. My Gmail. Well, no, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything because you can just say it in the comments if you want. I don't give two shits.
Develop genuine friendships with men because they see you as nothing more than an object for sexual conquest?
I wonder why that is. Just have a little look at the profile picture.
I'm gonna tell you something not many people probably have told you in your life. It's not about you. I get that the friend zone is a very frustrating thing to deal with. Trust me, I know. Nothing worse than enjoying being friends with a guy, but not having a romantic attraction and having to cut him off because you don't want to lead him on or hurt him. It sucks being girlfriend zoned. But coming into this conversation, basically like, woe is me, so many people want to fuck me, is a little insane. Like, maybe if this discourse was about the friend zone, this would make sense. But this is like barging into a conversation full of starving people and being like, I ate too much chicken tendies, you guys, my tummy hurts. Like, get out of here. Women got sick of men creating a society where women were second-class citizens, so now men are facing.
I don't understand how you can think that men are the second-class citizens in a world where the men had to go out to work, the men had to go to war, the men had to do all of the hard things, and all you had to do was wash some dishes.
Exactly. Like in the 1940s and 50s, it was pretty much like that. And my mother was born in 54. But it's completely that upbringing has pretty much, how should I say it, died out. But nowadays in the 21st century, it's not like that anymore because ever since 1920, women have had more equal rights. But it wasn't just about equal rights, it's about the right to also vote. because black people didn't get the right to vote until 19, what was it, 60s? Yes. So it took them about six decades to fight for that. And in the 1970s, black people, like men and women in the communities, were being assaulted by white cops all the time. So nobody tell me if cops are good, because I've lost faith in the law enforcement community.
Do you not see how that is a privileged position? We have all of these women on TikTok crying about how they have to work a 9 to 5 and how the economy is so hard and the cost of living is going up and oh, it's so hard to work. At the same time, it's like, you wanted this. You saw the fact that men were doing all the hard work and you said, I want to do that. I want to do that. That's where my sense of purpose is coming from. Wait a minute. I don't have to do the difficult things in society? Damn oppression.
Loneliness. Yeah, this is payback
Amen, sister.
to you for not letting women vote decades ago. You personally, men failed themselves. They built a whole system
What profile picture is that? People suck at profiles.
for their benefit, and in the moment it starts to crumble because the oppressed class they've always subjected, women, is waking up. They start to put the blame on us. Cowards and dangerous misogynists. So first of all, nobody's putting the blame on you. Nobody did that. I didn't do that. You made that up in your heads. And second of all, this system wasn't created for the average man. It was created for the rich and powerful. It benefits the rich and powerful.
Yeah, it was made for the rich and powerful. And that's why women were allowed into the workforce in the first place. That's why they gave women the right to vote. Because if you could bring women down to the level of men, you could stop women being these untaxable creatures that got to sit at home and not have to work. You bring women down to the level of men, you can tax the crap out of them too. And then you've got an even bigger economy because now you've got twice the amount of people in that economy. And who's looking after the kids now?
It's even more difficult for me because even though I've been pretty much living with me dear mother, given in times like this, well, not times, given in like financial difficult times that we are in, my mother needs me, and the money I get each month, I'm not gonna say how much because it's nobody's fucking business, but I do have a realization that how should I say it? Let me rewind again.
And you that got to sit at home and not have to work. You bring women down to the level of men, you can tax the crap out of them too. And then you've got an even bigger economy because now you've got twice the amount of people in that economy. And who's looking after the kids now that all the mothers are in work? The system. And you can create schools in such a way that indoctrinates more slaves. Sorry, I mean workers.
Basically, it's not everything she says is true. Like shit, but women on TikTok, they like to put the blame on men like me. They don't say specifically me, but they're talking about the men they have issues with. I mean, I'm handsome, but the thing is, ever since I was growing up, I've been single my whole life, most of my youth. Sophia Dejari, she's pretty much she's pretty much just she's pretty much just Sophia Rose White isn't worth a shit. Dejari, if you saw what she's doing with her life now, it's fucking disgraceful.
To buy into and work for your system. Yeah, it's made for the rich and powerful, and the rich and powerful are going to find any means to make money. So if a few small, loud women are saying, we want to work, we want to be just like men, the higher ups who've got all this money and always want more money are going to think, hang on a minute. More money!
They have their boots on our necks, and the handmaidens are like, oh no, they look kind of sad.
Oh, handmaidens. I will never watch that, honestly. I can't.
I'm sorry, who has their boot on your neck? All men? You know who has their boot on your neck? These satanic pedophiles in charge of our government. These soulless demonic corporations that would throw your mother into a wood chipper if it made them make an extra penny. That's who has the boot on your neck. Not Joe Schmo working 2 jobs so he doesn't get evicted. Here's some male loneliness discourse for you. Do you ever at all, even for a second, consider the problem is you? That maybe, just maybe, the reason you're lonely is that you are an awful human being, truly just awful, and that it's right that you are lonely? It's fair. I mean, yeah, they probably do consider that. The suicide rate doesn't lie. Maybe if some men weren't bigots. The solution to male loneliness is literally just being a better person. I love that the implication here is that lonely people are bad.
Do you know what's so funny is that the men who they are projecting about and saying, you deserve this, you deserve that, is the dudes that slept with them and didn't call them back. It's the dudes that they want.
Exactly. I've never been with a woman, so therefore all of this shit that these women are basically saying, I don't have anything to do with that at all whatsoever. I don't. Because one, I have never slept with a woman. Go ahead and laugh your ass off. I don't give a fuck. And 2, yes, I am a virgin. So fucking what? Rather be a virgin than get a girl pregnant in high school and then not be ready to be a father and have to pay fucking child support. Looking at y'all in the damn video that are probably watching this shit. Now, this is probably what women like this are pissed off about. Because the guys that they slept with, which is basically a one night stand, that's who they're pissed off about. Not people like me.
That don't want them because they're hurt by that and they're saying, yeah, men deserve to be lonely, men are trash, men deserve this because one dude has hurt them. What's so ironic and quite funny about all of this is that the dudes they're referring to, that they are like, yeah, you should be lonely, are not the lonely dudes. Those dudes aren't lonely. What's so crazy about all of this is that the men that is the topic of this video, these women don't even have a clue that they exist. They don't have a clue. They've never even spoke to one. They've never even seen one because they're invisible to them. And I guarantee you, if they did, they would feel sorry for them. 9 times out of 10, like I'm telling you, they would feel sorry for them. But they don't speak to them. They don't talk to them. And it's all a projection. The guys that they're saying, yeah, men deserve to be lonely, you guys are awful, are not the men that are actually lonely.
And the time that I was looking at, which is probably like still 9 something, there was a girl that texted me on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, that's the reason why I was looking.
I just want to put that out there.
Bad people. Every lonely man is just a bigot and a racist and an Andrew Tate fan. I guess it makes it easy.
Andrew Tate is such a bitch that I still remember him tweeting something else saying, it is gay. Men who have sex with women are gay. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What the fuck did he say? Give me a hot moment. Let's see here. This is basically what Andrew Tate said. Sex is for making children, obviously. Any man who has sex with women because it feels good is gay. First of all, Andrew Tate's a fucking pussy. If he says any man who has sex with women because it feels good is gay. Okay, first of all, he says sex is for making children, which is true. But then he has the nerve to say that any man who has sex with women because it feels good is gay. Okay, bro. If you've had sex with a woman, then that makes your bitch ass gay. Come at me, Andrew Tate. You literally got arrested by cops. You're a fucking douchebag. And I've seen pictures of what your ass looks like. And you literally have the ass of a chick. Shut the fuck up, dude. If you're literally gay, just come out and say it. There was literally a picture of you in sweatpants with them being so low you can practically see your fucking junk. Grow up. You're not a genius. You're nothing. Anyone who takes a picture with you is completely fucking trash.
Easier for them to like not care about this if they paint these people as the enemy. If you dehumanize the enemy, it makes it easier to sleep at night.
Yeah, that's true too, but I just think that they're projecting the guy who hurt them onto the male loneliness epidemic, and they're not realizing that this is not those dudes.
Exactly. Now, I started noticing a reoccurring pattern with a lot of these accounts. A lot of these accounts getting mad about or like dismissing the male loneliness discourse. Many of them,
like me, I've said ugly things about women that don't really talk to me anymore and just dropped off the face of the earth. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm venting because of that. Because I've been hurt. And that's not a good feeling.
them have OnlyFans. This is relevant because like out of everyone on earth, why would
of course they still want them to be lonely because they're buying their own
those
fans.
people be so mad about someone wanting to solve or at least bring attention?
It's kind of like iDubbbz's girlfriend who made an OnlyFans and he got shit for it. Oh man. The only kind of woman that I actually like when it comes to an OnlyFans is Tanya Tate, and she's literally a fucking goddess at her age because of how long she's been doing like porn and whatnot.
Attention to the
and Corey Chase too. Oh man, that woman. Lisa Ann and India Summers and Jodie West. Oh, she's another good one. And there are like others. I'm not sure what happened to Remy Lacourx or her actual name. I used to talk with her on Instagram a long time ago, but she kept getting bullshit because when she was breastfeeding her child or something. Well, no, she didn't breastfeed her child, but there was a woman that literally said that, excuse me, ma'am, you can't breastfeed your child. Okay, that's literally coming from a dude that's never seen a woman's tit. Like, grow the fuck up, bro.
Male loneliness epidemic. This is like a crack dealer getting mad at people talking about crack addiction. This is your opinion, and this is where it belongs. Have a good day. I could say that, okay? I'm a YouTuber. That's far more degrading than being an OnlyFans model. Her face looks like she's pandering to pedos.
Oh my gosh.
That makeup style is so catered to pedos. They're actively trying to make themselves look like kids. Ah yes, children, notorious for wearing big fake eyelashes and 10 pounds of eyeliner. What? Can't stand this bitch and her side part. Bitches with this makeup style piss me the fuck off. They always wear that type of makeup.
What profile picture was that?
Looking at her makeup, I already know the type of person she is. You can just tell by her makeup.
What kind of profile was that? These people and their profile pictures.
Not to be rude, but that makeup tells everything I need to know. Her makeup says everything I need to
Bro, that's gotta be a fake profile picture right there. I'm not even kidding.
know. This is literal NPC behavior. Not watching the video, blindly spewing the exact same insults. Just, I have no argument and I must scream. They don't even know why they're mad. They just
You want to know something? Is that when it comes to a girl that I was talking to on, what do you call it? TikTok Messenger, like the inbox. Carly Gray or Gabriela Teresa Cianci. Okay, she's a real person, but the problem is she didn't give me her actual number, and when I tried to get more information about her, she literally just flies off the bat. She flies off the bat. I was like I tried to ask her, where do you live? And she's like, where do you want to know where I live? Are you stalking me? It's like it went from Wilson to Michael, and then fuck knows what other names. So after that freaking conversation that her and I had, I just came to a conclusion that I just stopped talking to her completely. She's a real woman, a real person, but the problem is that Gabriella, if you see this, please come forward and so we can talk, because I feel like there's still something you're not sharing. But she says she shares a private life. For all I know, I have no idea who could have been. For all I know, I have no idea who could have been talking to on the other side. It could have been a guy, it could have been somebody else, but I don't know. You guys gotta be careful nowadays.
just saw a woman in the thumbnail of a video about men and their brains just broke. Her makeup doesn't look like ours. Her hair is styled differently than ours. Should I be like extra cute in this thumbnail? Would that piss them off?
I'm not like other girls.
Why do we hate her again? Guys, why do we hate this person again? Can't form my own opinion.
I gotta see this again. I gotta see that again. That's funny.
Than ours. Should I be like extra cute in this thumbnail? Would that piss them off?
I'm not like other girls.
Why do we hate her again? Guys, why do we hate this person again? Can't form my own opinion, help. Why do we hate her? Why do all incel adjacent women look like this? When you're a woman talking about men's issues online and they can't outright call you an incel, they just call you incel adjacent, I guess. And when they're not calling you incel adjacent, they're breaking out all reliable pick me behavior. Pick me girls are so CEO of Pick Me, High Priestess of Pick Me Church. So I am the CEO of Pick Me and the High Priestess. Maybe this video will boost me to Pick Me Goddess. Watch out, Pearl. I'm coming for your title. Now, I've already
Oh my gosh!
talked about the Pick Me insult in other videos, but it's just so lazy, man. I'm so tired of it. I've been hearing it for over a decade now. And yes, there are people who absolutely do fit the definition of a pick-me from both genders. Men who talk about how much they hate men, women who talk about how much they hate women. But I don't hate.
It's like, I've basically stated this to my mother and father, that if I had a vehicle, they basically say that I can, if I had a vehicle, I would probably get a woman very easily, but I'm sorry, that's not how it works. And it isn't. I'm sorry. If young ladies won't talk to me, even if I was to be just alone anywhere, then they don't deserve my time or my affection. So you ladies better better try for future husband and kids, because world needs children, even though they're a pain in the ass to raise, but we were all like that once. So stop bitching. Pardon my French, but it's the truth.
Women. My mom is a woman. My sister is a woman. My friends are women. I am a woman. I can't
I am a woman.
be women phobic. I have women friends.
My mother's a woman. My mother's friends are women. And so on and so forth. Me, I'm not.
But the insult is just so beyond overused nowadays. Every woman who doesn't toe the current line is a pick-me. It's just a way to socially ostracize other women, to make you fall in line and agree with their opinions. But it's not gonna work here, because I am socially retarded and borderline autistic. So you have no power here. You can't tell me what to believe. You can't change my opinions. You're not my boyfriend. I hope this bitch fails to wake up in the morning. Her terrorism still hasn't stopped. Oh,
How are we supposed to know if those profiles and accounts are actually legit? Like, seriously.
my god. She's still relevant? She should have went down with her anti-feminism shtick a few years ago. I thought she would have fell off by now.
What kind of profile picture is that? That literally has no idea. Bro, I can't.
If you want to know how I didn't fall off, if you want to know how I'm still relevant after 10 years, look in a f***ing mirror. You stop being cringe, I stop being relevant. Deal? Fun fact, she reached out to incel accounts for help with this video. No, I'm not kidding. Well, yeah, it's good to go to the source and talk to the people who have experience with the subject I'm talking about. I'm not lonely and I'm not a man, despite what the mainstream media may say. I do not, in fact, have a penis. Do not put in the paper that I have a penis.
We scour the internet for weird video to show you, and the other day we came across this, the weirdest we've seen in a while.
The problem is Shu just affirms them instead of converting them. Converting them to what? This is exactly the thing I talked about in my video. These people don't want to actually help men. They just want to recruit them into their little political tribe. Would it be cool if everyone agreed with me politically? I was gonna say yes, but honestly, that would be a little horrifying. That would be a very scary world. My goal wasn't to convert men to agree with me politically. My goal was just to bring attention to this issue and put a spotlight on it. It is cool when people tell me, oh, like, you've changed my mind on this, you've changed my mind on that. I love that. I love to see that. I was unaware that was my job.
Also, I'll be posting some more gameplay. Sorry, I've been trying to watch more things on Netflix. I finally finished Vikings. I fucking love that show. Love it. I'm currently watching Vikings Valhalla, which takes place about 100-something years after the show Vikings.
My job is to get on YouTube and say poo poo pee pee, and everyone go ha 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 and give me money. But in this case, it was for me to go, hey, the men are not okay, and for people to go, damn, that sucks, and give me money. PragerU is sharing Shoe on Head's video now. Explain to me how she's still a leftist. I personally think it's a good thing when people agree on good things. There should be more people agreeing on good things, quite frankly. I feel like a lot of
PragerU is more like conservative shit rather than focusing on I've seen the things that they talk about when it comes to like Instagram or YouTube. They basically say things. They're basically conservatives. They basically say that liberalism and socialism is pretty much bad for the country, but that's for a different video.
Of good things would be done in this country if more people agreed on good things. And I don't know, I think it's pretty neat that this might be the first and last time a video that talks about alienation under capitalism and says the term material conditions will be shown to a massive right-wing audience like PragerU. But hey, don't worry your little heart, this will never happen to a left-wing YouTuber you watch. The internet feminists weren't the only ones booty blasted about my video. I also rustled the jimmies of some in the manosphere. You just want more OnlyFans subscribers. You don't care about male loneliness. She's actually a man dressed as a woman. That's why she or he is there speaking.
They think she's Blair White, don't they?
Speaking about men's issues. Fellas, protect your sanity, your seed, and your wallet in these current times. These women are shapeshifters. This chick is gonna hit the wall in 10
What is that profile picture?
years. That's why she cares about male loneliness. She sees many cats in her future. They want us back on the plantation, gentlemen. Hold the line! I don't really understand what the conspiracy here in general is, though. Like I'm just talking about a subject I found important and interesting, like I've been doing on this channel, and these guys are like, stay strong, brothers! Don't give in to temptation! Why are we listening to women about male loneliness? Plenty of male figures discussing this. Honestly, I'm gonna say it, SJW behavior. Liberal.
So I feel like two ways about that comment, because on the one hand, I think men speaking to men about the male loneliness issue is needed. And I do think that men should go to other men on this topic, because women, we can't understand. And we can't speak to men in a way that's actually beneficial and useful, in my opinion. However, I think the reason that it is important that there are women out there who speak about men's issues is because there is a slim chance that other women will listen. You have to think about it like this. The women who are currently in feminism and they are currently in that mindset and they are part of the sisterhood, right? That's why they get annoyed at girls like Shu, like Pearl, like myself, who don't follow their narrative. Because I'm sure you guys have seen that Homath video where he talks about how women's status revolves around kind of keeping the sisterhood together and getting each other's approval. So you got to think, this is women's nature. And then you have feminism on top of that, which is like complete hive mindset. If anything steers out of that norm, they're going to attack it. That's where the whole like pick me thing is. It's ostracization. It's you are not with us. You can't sit with us. It's that whole mean girl type thing.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, thinking that privileged young teenage girls are above other people just because their family has money. Fuck your money, love. And fuck your rich family.
The reason that it is important that it's women talking to them is because these feminist girls have the idea of the patriarchy in their head. So anything a guy says, it's going to be, well, you just think that because you're a guy. They have this idea that men are the ones benefited in society. So anything a guy says, it's just going to be like, well, you benefit from it. So of course you're going to think that. Whereas if you're a girl, you have the leverage of being able to connect to them on another level, because they can't throw that back in your face. They can't say, well, you benefit, because you can throw their own logic back at them and say, well, no, I'm a girl just like you. So if I'm a girl just like you, but yet I think something different, is it possible that we could learn something from each other here, learn something about each other's experiences? While saying this, I'm very much aware that the majority of you guys watching are dudes. However, I started this from my first ever video on YouTube, ever. You can check it out. It's over on the Debunking the Lunacy playlist. I spoke about the issue of promiscuity, and I spoke about issues among women. I see feminism as a women's issue. I see it as a problem for women. I see it as a toxic mindset that is poisoning women's brains. I see contraception as a women's issue. The reason I talk about men's issues is because I see it as a huge divide between the sexes, and stats show this. People aren't reproducing, people aren't having relationships anymore. As a woman, All I can really do is help.
I can relate to that very strongly, and I am literally desperate. Yes, I'm very young. I'm not 25 anymore, but at my age, I'm still fucking young. But I just, I'm very gonna try hard not to cry here, but all I want is just, I don't care where the girl comes from. I don't care if she's UK, Scottish, Irish, or whatever. As long as I can get love and acceptance and companionship. If you're the type of lass that doesn't talk to me until just before the month ends, and you ghost my arse and ghost my ass, arse, ass, whatever, and you keep talking to me even after that, or even after a year, then we just might have a chance, love. But if you're gonna do the opposite, then you don't deserve my affection.
From the women's side, right? I can work on myself to be a better woman in society, and I can try my best to encourage women to be a better women in society. Men need to do the same. And there are many male content creators that men can go to get advice about that. I'm not a man. I don't understand what it's like to be a man and to be on the path of self-improvement as a man. I do know what it's like to be on the path of self-improvement as a woman, which requires a lot of reflection. And with both the sexes, reflection requires confrontation with the shadow, which means confronting the parts of you that might not be beneficial to yourself or society and are probably quite ugly and shameful. That includes the feminist mindset. I don't believe that being a boss babe is actually what's best for women. Do I believe that going on OnlyFans can make you a shit ton of money? Of course. Do I believe that's genuinely in your best interests? No, I don't. So whilst I'm aware that the majority of people watching are men, there is a small percentage of women. And I have to keep going because the only way for that percentage to possibly grow is to keep going. And by men sharing things around, you know, it might cross a woman's path. And yes, I know most of them are just going to fob it off, call me a pick-me, whatever. But I went to school. I was raised in England. I was raised without faith. Of course, at one point I thought, I'm going to be just like a man. There's no difference between men and women. Maybe not quite as full-blown as to say I ever called myself a feminist, but, you know, I definitely probably went a little bit left-leaning as I went into college, as I've spoke about in previous videos. There's always something to learn, and we can always learn from other people's experiences. On this channel, I look at men's experiences, and I look at what I can do to help that.
I was raised without faith too. My mother's not that much of a religious person.
Not just as an individual.
Same thing as my brother.
But as a woman. And I identify the problems that I see have been created by women. Just as Shu says, you can look at literally anywhere else in the world, any other channel, any other TV channel, any other radio station, and they will tell you about the problems that men have created for women. I'm just trying to even out the ball game here, because there are problems that women have created for men. And women need to fix them in the same way that there are problems men have created for women, and it is men's job to fix them. But we need to have some balance, and that's all what I'm about. Just providing the balance and the nuance. Yep. If you don't like it, behave. As Shu says, go literally anywhere else.
Woman behavior to imply that I shouldn't speak or be listened to about a subject because I'm not the correct gender. Anyone can talk about anything they want. That's free speech, bitch. You don't have to listen. You can make your own video talking about the subject, Mr. Man, but you know they're just gonna call you sexist and misogynist, so you might as well just use me as a human shield. It's not that she's a woman or cares. She's the kind of person who will only talk about an issue because it's popular. Women suddenly want to help men.
That's me! Oh my gosh. Maybe I should do a reaction to this. That's so funny. Maybe I should do a reaction to that.
But only because it benefits them and their causes.
Well, now not only are conservative women talking about it, but also the left. This is the problem.
There is no left, there is no right, there is Democrat and Republican. Get that shit straight, mate.
With the women that decide to come forward and speak about men's issues. they don't care about men's issues, you must ask the question. Now that they're coming around and talking about men's issues, is it to help men or to win men into their cause?
Oh my
So first of all,
Damn, the way she cracked her fingers and knuckles. Damn, bro. Let's hear that again.
Win men into their cause.
Oh my
so first of all, let me just clear.
Bro, damn. Wow.
Clear something up because some of you seem a bit confused. I started talking about these subjects 10 years ago, way back before it was popular to do so. Back when
I mean, I can't say that. I was 14.
I was doxxed, harassed, had angry feminists.
I don't remember what I was doing. I think back in the early 2000s, I was practically 15 or 16, give or take.
Calling.
I wasn't really into politics. I didn't know shit. I was on my brother's second ever computer desktop that he gave to me, and fuck all if I know what happened to that thing.
My job and trying to get me fired over mocking pop feminism and talking about men's issues. And a lot of these people coming at me now, telling me I'm jumping on a bandwagon, started like 2 or 3 years ago, when it was safe to do so. So with all due respect, sir,
stay out of my territory.
But in full seriousness, it is good when more people talk.
People say I should watch. People say to other people that I should watch Breaking Bad. I'm never watching Breaking Bad because I don't give two shits. But the actor in that show is a gay actor, and he's a strong activist for the gay community.
About this subject. I'm glad you talked.
It's good when more people talk about anything. I mean, like, the Me Too movement did catch predators such as Harvey Weinstein and... Is it Harvey Weinstein? Is that his name? Doesn't matter. Okay, there are issues that happen, and the more people that talk about it, then it's a good thing, right? Because you catch the bad guys. The problem is that when it goes too far, and then there's people who are trying to correctly hop on a bandwagon because there is money to be made. But that's like anything. It's not specific to men's issues. It is like anything. And people do need to talk about men's issues because it is a problem. And the reason it is a problem is not just because it affects men. The idea that men's issues only affects men is preposterous. Men's issues in terms of male loneliness is a problem that's going on with our men. But we have to take a step back and look at it from a bird's eye view and realize it's a species problem. Because if one sex is affected, literally just read the stats. Like, I'm not trying to get all doomsday here, but there aren't going to be any people left. There aren't going to be any people left. People not only are miserable today, but they're not making people for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is a big problem. That is a big problem, no matter where you stand on the...
Honestly, Christine here is pretty much correct. She's not talking about apocalyptic or anything, but if we don't keep having babies, humanity will eventually die off, and the world will keep going as we know it without even an apocalypse of any kind. There will be a time when Earth dies. It'll be by us. Hold on. The world could either die by us, Mother Nature, or the bloody sun. And the sun is the gravest threat. But that's for a different video.
On the political spectrum, that is a big problem. And even the people in power know it's a problem because they're going to have less money, obviously, if there's less people working. But even for us, like, I like people. I like my family. I like my friends. I like people, even people I don't know. I like being able to walk outside and say hello to someone on a morning walk. I like people. I don't want less people, you know? So it's like you can look at the core issue, which is male loneliness. There is a male loneliness epidemic. But it is also true that it is a broader societal issue. We need to focus on the core first. We need to, treat the immediate wound. And from that, the healing can expand to the broader societal level. But you have to treat these things with care, just as if it was a woman's issue. You have to, you know, like with the Me Too thing, the actual victims, not the people who've like exploded the thing into space, but like you have to treat sensitive topics with care, because like any epidemic, there is individuals, you know, you can look at it epidemic scale and say, you know, there's this group that's being affected and all of the concerns from that, which is all relevant and true. But you have to start by giving the people who need it the medicine, the treatment, whatever. Like in an epidemic, there are individuals who are suffering.
Talk about this. I'm glad there are people like the honey badgers who have been talking about this stuff for a very
Honey badgers are very, very cool. I spoke to them when I was at the Audacity Network.
long time. This girl is a fake who wants every man to be a castrated beta male feminist commie like her boyfriend probably is. She takes advantage of men like this. Do not listen to her. Lefty women want to help men become good feminists who devote their lives to helping women have all the power so they can make men their servants. Basically, we need to help men destroy men. That's the only way men should be helped. We women said so. Shoe on head. Real quote, never trust a woman, even if they're saying the truth. It's so weird how, like, they need to convince themselves that even when a woman is showing empathy and, like, caring about this subject, that she's just, like, a lying snake in the grass. Literally just a mirror universe of these fucking femcells. It's mommy and daddy issues all the way down. Ladies, be a good mom to your sons. Fellas, be a good dad to your daughters. Try to prevent creating the most insufferable, annoying people on earth, please. I don't know if it's because I grew up with a good relationship with both of my parents or what, but this gender war shit is just so toxic, man. Men and women need each other, you know, we're yin and yang, and the yin and yang is being torn apart by miserable people who want to make you miserable as well. One of the most valid criticisms I got about this video was that I didn't offer any solutions. And honestly, that's because I don't have any. I wanted to talk about the problem, but I don't know how to solve it. A lot of YouTubers and streamers and talking heads will get up on their platform and like pretend they know the answers to everything. But the truth is, I don't. I just think that it's a step in the right direction to be like, hey men, you're struggling, but you're not a bad person. You matter. And if I could...
I really like that. I think that's very, very honest. And I'm the same. Like, I don't know what the answer is. I can offer my own personal suggestions on what I think might be something to try next. But I don't know. I just know it's an issue. And the only way we're going to come to a solution is together. So people need to talk about it.
I could snap my fingers and cure this. I absolutely would. But at the end of the day, men are men. And man problems require man solutions. And that solution, of course, is giving me money. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm reading the comments on that video all the time, and I will read the comments on this video as well. If you see some people talking about their experiences and venting about their issues and their problems in the comments, reply to them, support them, join in on the discourse. The Shoe on Head community is a very diverse community, not like race-wise. I'm pretty sure you're all fucking white, but like, like politically.
Okay, I'm not white. I don't take offense to that.
Diverse, but we can all come together to talk about the issues that matter, and I think that's really cool.
I think that's very cool too. I thought this is a very cool video, and I love the fact that she did a follow-up to the initial one. But yeah, I think what she said is fair, and that's about it for my reaction. But I'm interested to know what you think. Why don't you let me know in the...
Alright everybody, that's gonna do it for this reaction. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and follow up on this channel. I am sorry that I have been not posting up a whole lot. There's been a lot going on. But other than that, I will be posting more gameplays when I can. My energy level is just fucking messed up. But it's hard to do. It's hard to keep posting content when you have major depression, IED, anxiety, and a bunch of other stuff. But other than that, I'll see you guys later. Okay? Bye-bye.